Hello and welcome to Learn to Business. In today's top 10 tips for starting or growing your business with financial confidence, we'll be talking about the value of market research. And we're going to take you through a step-by-step approach which will hopefully save you lots of time, effort and money. And what we want to avoid here is you being 12 months and £20,000 down the road and then that great idea that you had, you realise either nobody's interested or you need to make some fundamental changes to the product or service. But by the time you've learnt all of that, this guy is already doing it. We are Learn to Business.
Your business is obviously incredibly important to you on a really personal level, and therefore it's likely you're going to keep on wanting to make all of these tweaks and changes until it's absolutely perfect in your eyes, and then and only then you're going to unleash your business on the world. The problem is you're at risk of going down that gloomy road that Lee mentioned earlier. So what we're going to discuss with you today is a different route that you can take, and much of this approach has been based on the book The Lean Startup by Eric Ries, and to us it just makes absolute sense. And clearly we're not going to do that whole book justice just within this video, so the two concepts that we're going to be focusing on are the minimum viable product and when you should persevere and when you should pivot your business.
So what is a minimum viable product? Well, first of all, you need to completely forget about the idea of only sharing the finished article to your market. And instead, what you need to think about is how will you test the assumptions on which you think your product or service will succeed. And you do that by offering a much earlier and reduced version of your offering to the market. And for Learn to Business, for example, these videos are a way of us testing demand and the content with you guys. Many businesses are trying to solve a problem, and we often think that people who have that problem are willing to pay to have that problem solved. And a way to test this assumption is by bringing a much earlier version of your product to a smaller part of your market and testing the reaction. Is there demand or not? And Eric Ries refers to this as the build, measure, learn feedback loop. And from this feedback, you can understand, first of all, if there is any demand, what features your market really cares about, and would they be willing to pay for a more developed solution. Another way to think about your minimum viable product is if there's a part of your prototype which isn't going to be useful market research, then you should really consider it as a waste of time, a waste of effort, and a waste of money.
So now you understand exactly what your target market wants, and you've built your business completely in line with that. As an entrepreneur, realistically, you're unlikely to stop there. You're going to be wanting to introduce more functions, more products and more services to really maximise growth and your product in general. And you can actually apply those same principles that Lee was just discussing to any of those new parts of your business through coming up with a prototype, testing the market's reaction, and then making that decision of, do I carry on with this product or service, or do I pivot to either a slightly changed product or a different market even? And we'd actually recommend that you continue to apply these same principles to your business as a whole, because what may have been true 12 months ago when you started things won't necessarily be true 12 months down the line. Realistically, the biggest changes in your market are likely to be driven by your competitors, because if they introduce a new product or service that completely changes the game, then you're going to want to stand back and look at what you're doing. The best example of this is probably Uber. If you had a national taxi business at the time and then Uber comes along, you're probably going to want to stand back and really review your business plan. And do I want to continue with this and persevere, or am I going to want to pivot and change my service or even target a slightly different market? So hopefully this has been a useful video for helping you to focus your time and money into what your market really wants. And as usual, please leave your comments and thoughts below and possibly tell us what your thoughts are and how you test your market demand. And as usual, just go to learntobusiness.co.uk for more information and to subscribe to our course.
And by the way guys, if you are enjoying this video, please like and subscribe, it will really help us. Thank you.